Welcome back, students. So in this video we will discuss about motion and rest. Motion and rest. So when we will say an object is at rest and when we will say an object is in motion. So what is motion and what is rest? That we will discuss in this video. So how can we say whether an object is in motion or at rest? So that we will discuss in this video. Here, in this diagram, a tree is there and a car is on the right side of the tree. A tree is there and a car is there on the right side of the tree. Now, in the second figure, you can see after some time, when you observe the same thing, you can see the car is on the left side of the tree. Left side of the tree means the car is changing its position. The car is, suppose this point is A. Suppose I consider this point as A. I consider this point as A and this point as B. Here I wrote a point B. So now in this first figure, the car is at the point A. That is on the right side of the tree. For me, it's on the right side of the tree. Okay. So when you view the same car after some time, you can see that the car is at the point B. The car is at the point B. So the position of the car changes from A to B. The position of the car changes from A to B during a time interval. During a time interval. Suppose when I observe this thing, the time is about 10 o'clock. You consider the time is about 10 o'clock. So at 10 o'clock, now I observe the same thing at 10:03. At 10:03. So at 10 o'clock, the car is at the point A. Now when I observe the same thing at 10:03 means 3 minutes after 10 o'clock, the car is at the point B. So during that time, that is 3 minutes, the car changes its position from A to B. The car changes its position from A to B. So we will say that the car is in motion. So the car is in motion. Car is in motion. So if an object changes its position during a time interval, if an object changes its position during a time interval with respect to a stationary object, means I am considering this tree. With respect to this tree, the position of car at 10 a.m. is at A. Now, with respect to this tree, the position of the car at 10:03 is at B. So, with respect to this tree, the car is in motion. With respect to this tree, the car is in motion. So, if an object is in motion, means it should change its position with respect to the reference point or with respect to a stationary object during the passage of time. During the passage of time. Or we will say in another way, if an object changes its position during an interval of time. If an object changes its position during an interval of time, then we will say that object is in motion. Then we will say that object is in motion. So the car is in motion. Now you tell me, what about the tree? Whether the tree is moving? No. So it is not changing its position. The tree is not changing its position. So we will say that tree is at rest. The tree is at rest. We will not change, the tree is not changing the position from 10 a.m. and from at 10 a.m. and also at 10.3. Means after 3 minutes after 10 o'clock, the tree is not changing its position. So we will say that the tree is at rest. Now in this diagram, with respect to this tree, with respect to this tree, with respect to this person, this car is in motion. This car is in motion. The car is in motion. So, with respect to this tree, ground, road and the person standing on the road, the car is in motion because the position of the car is changing. So, we will say the car is in motion. What about the state of this tree? Whether the tree is changing its position? No. What about that tree? This one is also not changing the position. So, we will say the trees and this person is at rest. So, the definition given for rest and motion. Rest means a body is said to be at rest if its position does not change with respect to its surroundings. With respect to the surroundings, if the position of an object is not changing, then we will say that object is at rest. That object is at rest. Suppose we are sitting in the classroom. It's not a break time. A teacher, or you consider physics period. Okay, teacher is taking the class. So, what about your state? Whether you are moving from your seat? No. So, you are at rest. What about the state of your desk and benches in your class? They are also at rest. It is not changing its position with respect to the surroundings. So, the surroundings you can consider your classroom. So, with respect to the four walls of your classroom, your furnitures, that is your bench, your desk, the teacher table, the teacher chair, everything is at rest. Everything is at rest. Now consider another example. During your PT period or games period, normally you will be there at ground. You will be there in ground. So what is your position? You are playing football, volleyball, whatever. You are playing. So what is your state? You are in motion. Your position will be changing. With respect to the ground, your position will be changing. So, your state is in motion. So, an object is said to be in motion if the position continuously changes with respect to the surrounding, changes with time. So, with respect to the surroundings and during the passage of time, if an object changes its position, then we will say that the object is in motion. Here examples: a flying bird, a boy playing football, all are examples of motion. So many things you can see in your life or from our nature. So many examples you can find out for motion. For rest also you can find out. A book lying on a table, a bench fixed in a park, all these things are at rest. Now, the important point, Motion and rest are relative terms. Motion and rest are relative terms. Means we can't say whether an object is in motion or the object is in rest. Absolutely. Definitely that object is at rest or that object is in motion. That we can't say. If you want to say whether an object is at rest or motion, you need to specify the surroundings. Means when I told the example about motion with respect to the ground, so that is the surroundings. So with respect to the ground, the students are playing football. So with respect to the ground, the students are in motion. With respect to the classroom, the furnitures inside the classroom are at rest. So if you want to specify motion or rest, we need to define the surroundings also. A body may seem to be at rest with respect to one object, but may appear to be in motion with respect to another object. If you change the surroundings, then there may be changes in the state of motion and state of rest. If you change the surroundings, there will be changes in the state of motion and rest. That you will study in detail in class 9. So, for your class, we read only this thing. An object is said to be at rest if it does not change its position during the passage of time with respect to the surroundings. Okay. So, when an object is not changing its position during the passage of time with respect to the surroundings, then we will say that the object is at rest. If it changes its position, during the passage of time with respect to the surroundings, then we will say that object is at rest. Okay, so that is about motion and rest. Thank you.